Good morning, it's Joshua Taylor coming to you from here in Port Alberni, a place where the Lord first gave me the Joe Pipe technology back in 2004. Anyway, this is an update on the work that I'm doing on bringing out the tracts, offering my services for strategic relocation and preparation and that. And I'm going to see if I can just turn this around and just give you a view of the work that I've been doing on my computer. I have about 180 pages of documentation so far, different voices. Like I'll just go to my contents page. Kevin Morassi, Brian Seal, he's the one that saw the 4 judgments on America. Bob Jones, Rick Joyner, Sadhu Sundar Savaraj, Rachel Baxter, Elizabeth Marie, the list goes on, Dimitri Duneman. There's quite a few, so I'm going to have quite a few voices. So my main emphasis of this is to put a tract together. I'm going to have a 8.5 by 11 inch tract, both sides, with that that are folding into quarters. I'm going to have a timeline on the top. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is put together this collage of information, and just take out quotes and try to put it together into this timeline. The timeline's not easy to do. There's only one person that I've known that actually seen the 3 years leading up to the last 7-year period, and that's Chuck Youngbrandt. He was pretty keen on understanding the signs and how signs work. They're always the same signs, the same series of judgments, but they increase with frequency and magnitude. That's how you understand signs. And so what I'm hoping to do is get this tract together. It's going to be a work in progress, and I'll be able to would like to be able to upload it to the cloud, or at least to the websites, and so people can look at it and they can make their own decision, right? I've been warning for over 20 years about the coming earthquake here on the West Coast. Now there's many voices, right? I was the first person to actually come out and begin the warning back in 1993 in Vancouver, and what the that's from the 7 visions that the Lord showed me concerning the warning and destruction of the West Coast back in 1988. That he gave me back in Bangs, Texas, when I was there. So I'm just bringing together a collection of different voices. It doesn't matter if you receive it or not. Those that don't receive it, they're going to become trapped in destruction. Those that do listen and do prepare, do something about it, they're the ones that's going to escape and be counted worthy, right? But the ones that know they're to prepare, and they have the means to prepare, and they don't do nothing, God is not, he's not going to give them a way of escape, because he's given them the chance. So when the time comes to leave, they may get out with the shirts on their back, and that's it. So it's up to you. It's up to you to make the choice and to pray about it. But with the coming pole shift and all that, destruction is coming on the West Coast. The West Coast is going to go down. There will be a 9.1. And I believe that's the earthquake that the Lord showed me back in 1988, followed by a 12.2, and that was shown to another brother that was given the 4 judgments coming on America. So we're in the first judgment. Maybe I'll just read some of this. Well, I can pretty well got it memorized. There's Brian Searle, Searle. He was on Z3 News, and he was showing 4 judgments. The first judgment was the hurricanes along the West Coast. Second judgment would be earthquakes on the West Coast and East Coast. And David Terrell saw this. He saw major earthquake on the West Coast as a sign of revival breaking out. And, people begin to wake up. The end time bride begin to wake up. And the third judgment will be the asteroid impact on the east coast of the United States, where it's actually going to hit Puerto Rico. That would cause a major tidal wave to hit the eastern seaboard, right? And so the east coast of the United States will be decimated, and the Lord was saying at this time God's people are going to be on their face. And the fourth judgment was so severe that God did not reveal to this brother, and but I believe it has to do with the earthquake on the west coast, which is going to be the entire continent is going to be shaken. It has to do with the pole shift that's going to bring this in, maybe a deep impact, and that's going to be followed by a limited nuclear strike against America, then full-scale invasion by Russia and China. And in the visions there was lots of fear coming up from the States. I just wasn't showing the particulars on it. So I'm just going to flip this around. I got a lot of glare here, so just bear with me. So that's what I'm doing. It's called Signs of the Time, and I started off with this content here, putting these contents page together. Then I started to put the contents together into a timeline, and then I actually for these different names and all that I'll put the pages where of the authors of what God's showing them. So that's basically what I'm doing on the website that I hadn't been able to work on for the past year. The Project Goshen website and the Van Quaker Shaker 13 website, they're like a bell, right? You got two bells, and you're hitting them both bells, right? It's a double warning. So the project, the Van Quaker Shaker 13, it would be the bell, the warning bell about what's coming, right? A wake-up call. And the Project Goshen will be the preparation side, so you got warning and preparation. So I'll be ringing the bell, and getting the websites tuned up again and fixed up. And so the information that I'm putting together now will be available for download, so you can pass it on to your contacts. And I'm going to have a portion on the Project Goshen website on the things that the Lord has showed me, practical applications that you can do to begin to prepare. And this is preparing to be off-grid, right? If we're not off-grid, our chances of survival are not going to be that great. So we need to develop the suppressed technologies that are out there, and so when the time comes, we're not going to become trapped, right? Because there is a time coming when the grid's going to go down across America, and that's it. It's going to be gone. Whether it's man-made or whether it's a CME, the grid is going down, and the cities are going into darkness. So I'm going to have a list of things that you can do, of inventions that the Lord gave me. I'll be offering my services too. If you see that you need to prepare, I'm going to be available at the Lord's disposal to go where He sends me to help you get ready, and to then on my private time to advance different technologies like Joseph Newman and others who came up with energy solutions, but the governments won't allow it to come out, right? They got batteries like the Edison battery built over 100 years ago that's still working. It still works, but they're not using it. They got crystal cells designed by John Hutchison that puts out half a volt, right? They're self-charging. You don't need this new technology batteries. The carbon foam batteries and the graphene batteries, they might be good, but you really don't need them because you still have to charge them. They might be good if you get the charging system. And and like Joseph Newman, he was able to run a 600 amp DC electric water pump, like an 8,000 pound machine, on using the small 9-volt transistor batteries. You don't need the amperage, what they teach you. You just need the voltage to be able to run the generators. And wouldn't it be nice if you could actually make a generator set up for a camper that runs on crystal cells that provides the voltage, right? Different things like this. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm just trying to put together a warning site, a preparation site, things that you can do, put a track out there, something that's going to be simple, that you can download, you can get up to your friends, and if they want to know any more about it, they can go to the website and download the information and make a decision, and themselves, right? What you're going to do is not my business. My business is just getting the warning out and giving you the means to prepare. That's it. Okay, I'm going to end it here. This is Joshua Taylor coming to you with this second installment on this track. It's going to take me a little while to make. It's going to be a work in progress, but I'm going to try to get a rough track out before, within the next week or 2 weeks. All right, I'm going to end it here and get this uploaded.